Hello everyone, welcome to The Unbreakable Woman. My name is Dr. Jenny. Our story today is coming from Nigeria. News has it that the Speaker of the House, Niger State, to be specific, announced 200 girls, 200 underage girls will be getting married. So the Ministry of Women Affairs, or the Minister of Women Affairs, she intervened. I'm going to play the video here. She even sued the Speaker of the House. She sued him because I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what? Let me play the video. When we come back, we'll talk about it.
This media briefing by the Minister of Women Affairs, and this borders on the protection of orphans and vulnerable persons in the country.
So we will make sure that these girls are getting married.
The minister is reacting to plans by the Niger State Assembly to marry off some orphans in the state.
I heard over the news yesterday and all over the internet where a particular legislator, being the Speaker of Niger State, mentioned as part of his constituency project to marry out and pay dowries for 100 orphans who were displaced by bandits in their village. I want to let the Honorable Speaker of House in Niger State to know that this is totally unacceptable by Federal Minister of Women Affairs and by the government.
So the Speaker of the House and his cohort, instead of allowing the whole 200 children to get married, they kind of separated them, went by their ages, and allowed the older ones to get married. Their claim is that the older ones, their husbands are dead, their parents are dead. So the best thing that their religion, the best thing that their clerics, the best thing that their politicians could do for these women is to let them get married.
The Speaker of the State Assembly is also reacting to the matter, stating that while the decision is not meant to harm the orphans, he has chosen the path of peace and will discontinue the plan.
I'm disappointed with her action, and as such I'm making it known to everyone now that that support I intend to give, I'm withdrawing it. For the marriage of those orphans, I've withdrawn. The parent can have the support. If they wish, let them go ahead and marry them out. If they wish, let them use it for whatever purpose they want to. I've done it in good faith, and I will continue to do it.
The Child Rights Act is now adopted in 34 states of the Federation. The Minister of Women Affairs is promising to do better towards the protection of children as well as empowerment of women for socio-economic development.
Is to let this girl child, these children, to get married. You see, for me, it's mind-boggling because my channel is about women, the unbreakable woman. Marrying innocent girls is marrying innocent girl. My question is, where is the government's priorities? Where is good road? Where is good governance? Where is security? And where is jobs? You're leaving the most important things out, the crucial things that these children need. They are jumping from frying pan to fire. Do you know that when you educate a girl child, you have empowered her? When you give a girl child a job, you have empowered her. Do you know when you make their community have good roads, you have empowered them? Do you know when you give them education, you have empowered them? Making them get married is not an empowerment, because what you are doing for these children or to these children is to keep making them wallowing more in poverty. I believe your own children are somewhere in abroad studying. They are in Britain studying. Your children are somewhere in Saudi Arabia studying. Your children are not one of those that are being sold into slavery. That's what I call it, marital slavery. For the fact that these children are orphan, for the fact that their husband died, does not mean you have to give them out to some raggedy ass men. Don't do that. it's unfortunate that it's going to be a revolving door. It's going to be, these children will never get out of poverty. And you know, the Minister of Women Affairs, she tried her best by suing, but at the end of the day, she succumbed to the demands of the Speaker of the House. What she did was she provided some sewing machines, some pad, sanitary pads, some clothing items, and some bags of rice.
Tell that if those women, even if they are of ripe age for marriage, they need also to be well empowered, because if you have listened to her since her inception in that ministry, she has been very passionate about empowering the women, sustainable empowerment, not just empowering them. So most times when people train women, train them and then leave them, especially the development partners, what they do most times is that they come with millions of dollars and then train these women and leave them there without empowerment. And she felt that you train a woman without really giving her sustainable empowerment is like having done nothing. So she felt we need to have these women.
Is this what a girl child needs in this day and age? Why don't you, as a Muslim cleric, go to other countries, see how Saudi Arabia take care of their women, see how other Muslim countries allow their women to be educated? In this century, in this day and age of internet, women are given sewing machine. Women who haven't used machine before, who haven't gone to acquire any skill, who doesn't know how to sew, you're giving them machine. You think these men are going to allow their wives to go and learn how to sew? They will not allow them to learn how to sew. So these girls are not empowered. If their husbands died, their family members died, this is an opportunity for you as a cleric. This is an opportunity for you as a Speaker of the House. This is an opportunity for you as a politician or as politicians to empower these children, to give them education, to give them some skills. That way they are empowered. They can make choices on who to marry and who not to marry. These girls are not being given opportunities in life. They are not being given choices. They are not being told the different things they should choose for themselves. They are being told, choose this. This is, in fact, they are not even told to choose. This is what I want you to do with your body. The same people who saw these girls are the same people who are going to marry these girls. It's the Speaker of the House included. If you check him very well, he might have over 5, 10. The same people who are, the same imams who are selling these children, the same imams who are giving out these children in marriage, are the same people who are going to marry these children. Put them in Akule, meaning keep them in the house. They will not go out. Even when they want to go out, they go out with a boy or a man to guard her, to make sure she doesn't talk to somebody else. In this day and age, that women are being empowered, when women are being empowered, when women are being enabled to achieve life, is rice, beans, clothing, pad will not solve our problem. You know what will solve our problem is empowerment, is education, is getting skilled. That's what is going to empower us. That's women empowerment. Rice and beans will not empower women. It's education. It's learning, knowing how to choose, knowing our rights. That's what is going to empower us. Let me ask this question. Why is it that women always suffer more than men? Why is it that politicians and clerics, politicians and religious leaders always tell us what to do with our bodies? Why is it that politicians always tell us what to do with our wombs? Why is it that politicians always tell us what to do with our futures? Why is it that politicians always tell us what to do with our lives? Why? Why do they do that? Is it what they're supposed to govern? Politicians are there to make laws that will govern the society. Politicians are there to make a country or a community better, not to tell us who to marry and who not to marry, when to marry and when not to marry. They said they are giving out these girls out in marriage to avoid fornication. To avoid fornication. So now you are the one telling us when to have sex and when not to have sex. Politicians and religious leaders are the ones telling us when to sleep with a man and when not to sleep with a man. That's not why they elected you. They elected you to provide security. They elected you to provide jobs. They elected you for good governance. It's not to govern what happened to this body. It's not, you are not being elected to tell me when to do abortion and when not to do abortion, when to have sex and when not to have sex, when to fornicate and when not to fornicate. These men that are marrying these women, a lot of them already have 2, 3, 5 wives. So it's an additional poverty that you're bringing to this community, to these girls who do not have any choice in life. How are they empowered? I heard of a story in one of the northern states of Nigeria where bandits, Boko Haram, went in there for 2 days. They raided the place, killed over 200 people, set the village on ablaze. The police people were nowhere to be found. The military were nowhere to be found. People died. This is what governance means. This is what politicians are supposed to be doing. Protecting the citizens, protecting the communities. But they are nowhere to be found. When it comes to what happens to this body, you come out. Let's make laws. Let's give out a girl child in marriage to avoid fornication. Is that why you are being elected in the office? Is that why they put you in the office? To tell me when to have fornication and when not to have? When to abort a child and when not to abort, even when my life is in jeopardy. Is that what you are being elected to do? This girl child, she does not have a job. She does not have bank account. She does not have a cell phone. In this day and age, but your children are all over the world schooling. Your children are all over enjoying their lives, partying and burying themselves. But these girls are not being empowered. They are being sold by religious leaders, imams, speaker of the house who cannot brush his teeth, who cannot clean his behind, who cannot put deodorant, who cannot wash his face. You making decisions over a girl's child. You're making decisions on my body. You're making decisions on my future. I don't know if it's a curse on some African countries or African country as a whole. Politicians, there are no good roads, there are no jobs, there are no securities. There are no hospitals. When they are sick, when their family members are sick, they flee them to either Saudi Arabia or London, Europe, to go have medical procedures. That same hospitals, you can't build those hospitals in your own country. This girl child, 100 of them that you have given out in marriages, when they are in labor and they need procedures to be done on them, there are no hospitals in those villages. How can they give birth to those children? You know what happens? They die giving birth. Their children will grow up not having education because there are no schools in those communities. There are no water boreholes in those communities. There are no electricities in those communities. This is what we call empowerment. I saw one of the videos. The Speaker of the House was in an SUV throwing money at the people. Use that same money to empower girls' child. If you had enrolled these girls in sewing schools where they go learn how to do fashion designs, if you had enrolled them in educations, now you're talking. But no, you didn't do that. You felt the best thing for you to do was to call a doctor to make sure they don't have diseases, to make sure the girl child does not have sexually transmitted diseases. The men that they are married, they are getting married to, did you do tests on them to make sure they themselves don't have diseases, to make sure they themselves don't have HIV/AIDS, to make sure that they are sound? Did you do? But no, you didn't do that. What you did was just to make sure the girls are fit for those rascals, for those idiots to get married to them. Men who are older than these children's fathers. Oh, Jesus, help me. Men who are grandfathers of these children. That's not what we elected you guys in Africa to do. We elected you guys to give good roles, to give jobs, to give securities, to empower your people. Because when you empower a girl child, you will empower her community. When a girl child is educated, her community is educated. When a girl child knows her right, the community is protected. When a girl child can voice her opinion, her community will be better off. I rest my case. I will talk to you next time. Please, if you have a comment, put it in the comment section below, and also be respectful. My books are on Amazon.com, The Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life. And this one is The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, My Untold Truth. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will talk to you next time. Remember that the Lord is the strength of a woman, and nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. Take care of yourself, please, and do take care of each other. Thank you.